one module of SAP ERP software. This is called FICO, Finance and Control. Many of students ask me that FICO is one module. No, FICO is two different type of module. FI means finance and CO means control. So we know that but we already work different type of organizations, company, small business, large MNC companies. We know that so finance is a backbone of all type of activity, just like a blood of business, blood of every type of activities. Okay, so that case we already work in different platform, just like a Tally, just like a Finacle, just like a People Connect. So different type of ERP software we already know that, and actually know you also in different school and college levels you already know that different terms and different methodology, how you calculate the finance accounting books, how you control your amount, how you control your balance sheet of the company. So you already know different type of activities going on finance department. But what is different in SAP FICO? What is the difference? This is the main questions that will be asked in every mind. The what is FICO, finance and control? So let's start our classes that define and we discuss regarding different type of activities in FICO, which type of activities and which type of module, all the things I will discuss in class. Okay, so first of all, we discuss regarding this matter. Okay, so what is in introduction of FICO module? Introduction of FICO module. So you know that the FICO module, one is external and other is internal accounting. Okay, so FI is called external and CO is called internal. So first of all, one question will be rising in mind. What is the external task will be going on in different companies? We know that two type of activity all time is going on in different type of organization level. This is not a business, not a MNC company, different activities all going on. So first of all, this type of activity, just like a auditor, just like a insurance, just like a tax authorities, just like a stakeholders, journalist, media, banks, legal authorities and financial analysis, this type of domain activity is important for FICO. So whole this domain activity controlled by the one module, this is called FI module, finance module. Okay, another is the CO module. What is CO module? This is controlling module. So controlling module in the internal affairs. What are the internal affairs? Internal affairs means that the salary, the employees, if any company generate any type of productions, so the production costing is maintained by the controlling and the controllers and the administrative office. So this type of internal affairs controlled by the one module. This is called CO module. Means the control modules. Okay. So we discuss two questions in that now. First, number one, what is a SAP finance? We know that finance very well, or activity methodology we know that in school and college, and also we work in different companies. So that case in is this here, what is the SAP finance? So we discuss on what is SAP finance. So we know very well that the finance, the main task is the duty of finance department. Or first, number one is bookkeeping. In that case, you know that what is bookkeeping. Every type of business transactions, every type of activities already recorded by the single page. This is called bookkeeping. Number two is recording accounting accounting entry for day-to-day business transactions. We know that each and every company, each and every day, each and every movement required a minimum amount of money to purchase some regular production, regular consumption production, just like a milk, just like a tea, just like a water. So this is the daily consumption product. This is the daily consumption product and daily requirement is a company. So in that case, if you purchase this type of services, this type of product, so you maintain a record. So this type of daily product, daily expense recording is called recording account entry. This is called mainly, it's called this one term, this is a petty cash. This is called mainly petty cash. Okay. Number 3 is generating balance sheet and profit loss statement. This is the most vital and most important topic of accounting. This is called balance sheet and profit loss statements. In that case, you know that balance sheet and profit loss is each and every, not a single company, each and every household, each and every serviceman, each and every single public also maintain this type of activities. This is the part of our life. The balance sheet and profit loss is the part of our life. So in that case, that a single entity or a company maintain the balance sheet and the profit loss statements. So when you study, when you will be start our main class, main topic on balance sheet and profit, we will know that the balance sheet and profit is a one more keywords, but one more path. Using this path, we carry forward our one financial year business transaction to another business transaction on another financial year. Suppose like a Indian financial year is April to March. So end of the year we summarize all profit and loss in a company and we record all profit and loss activity to the another new years. So this activity performed by the basically profit and loss and balance sheet statement by in our SAP. Next is generating financial report for legal statutory purpose. It means that different type of legal activities, just like a tax activities, just like a legal issue activities, just like a different type of activities. If your company is MNC company, then you know that the different locations, different geographic locations also situated your company. So that case, different type of environment activities, different type of political activities, different type of geographical activities. So this type of activities also generated different type of legal issues. So that case, these legal issues controlled by the FICO modules. Okay, FI consultant. Okay. Next is tax reporting to government reports for auditors. You know that each and every company who maintain the tax filing report, who maintain the accounting report, they must be filling the tax department. So in that case, if you maintain the tax, your company will be well and perfectly going in different organizations. Okay. Next, in these pictures, we also assume such a things that in that case, mainly 4 entity over here. One is company, this is the main entity, and another is customer, employees, machinery and instrument, and this is the vendor. So in that case, in this the company earning profit from selling their product to a customer and get money from the customer. So this part is a green parts, and this part also collect the money from the customer, and this arrow also be a expense. This is the expense arrow. This is the pay amount to vendor. Pay amount is vendor. When a company generate any type of product, that time their requirement is raw material. The raw material or a service provided by the vendor. The vendor, they also pay, an respect of the material, the company pay the amount of vendor. How you know that? All of things. Suppose like your household for you just go to any shopkeepers, you just purchase something. That case, you pay the amount in the purchasing department, the shopkeepers. In that case, the vendors. That is a pay salary. Pay salary who people work responsibly your company to productions for production purpose and maintain your company all of task. This is called employees. They are be paid salary, and that is a asset purchasing. If your company require different type of high technology based machinery requirement, in that case you purchase your assets. So in that case you already expense different type of expense. Okay, so this is the main modules. Next is what is sales and distribution department. It means that different type of module business activity. Actually FICO is a main backbone of all module. All modules means that 167 module is over there in the total SAP. On that case, different type of module, just like a sales and distribution department, this is called SD department. Which activity controlled by the FI is the main question. Which activity? Sales and distribution department is the main task. Is that here? The customer part maintained by the one module, this is called sales and distribution modules. So in that case, FI customer control, customer demand, customer requirement, customer impressions, customer feedback, as distribution feedback, all type of activities, requirement, business, market requirement controlled by the SD. And when the company sells his product and the amount collected from the customer, the whole amount go through the SD to the FI in this company. Okay, so that case in go for the finished product or delivery date and customer, that is this activity performed by the sales and the financial activity performed by the FI department. Okay, next is production department. What is production department? Production department, we know that if your company is supposed like a monitoring company, monitor by LCD company, so you know that LCD company, so each and every day 200 units generate in a company, total 200 unit generation in the company. So in that case, total 3 to 4 to 5 machinery instrument continuous running out to product your units, and total 200 to 300 people also work to make a monitor. So in that case, machines and labor both working hours is requirement, and that case you pay your employees who work in your company. In that case, machine consumption time and labor consumption time, this time is called wages. This wages are payment by the finance department. This business activity controlled by the finance department. This is the production department. Each and every activities and each and every time, each and every movement, this responsible the accounting. Who department is the finance accounting teams. Next is procurement department. What is the procurement department? Procurement means that procure means what is the requirement. What is your requirement? Suppose what is the requirement? Suppose this is your company, and in this case small, in that case your company product total 100 units monitor, 100 units monitored per day. They product 100 units monitored per day. Okay, so 100 unit monitor per day. This is your company. This is the company product. They generate 100 unit monitor per day. Okay, from that case, the company require such a raw material. What is the raw material of a monitor? The raw material of a monitor is glass. Number glass, electronic appliance, chemical ingredients. So this type of raw material is required to product a 1 unit of monitors. So this type of requirement, this is a requirement of this company. So this requirement who provide this requirement? This requirement provided by the one entity. This is called vendor. This is called vendor. Is called vendor. Vendor who provide this material. So not only single vendor, different type of vendor, vendor A, vendor B, vendor Z, singleton, different type of vendor activity going on. The vendor provide this raw materials and the company using this raw material for product A monitors. So in that case, company pay the vendor. Suppose like a total glass, electronic appliance, chemical formula, all of things. The total amount is 20,000. The 20,000 bills will be when the vendor send the invoice to the company, and that case company will pay the vendor 20,000. Who responsible for this payment purpose? The FICO responsible for these payments. Okay. So in that case, FI also be procurement also be responsible for this payment purpose. Finance department. Okay. Then another is, what is the functional component FI? The functional component FICO is the general ledger accounting, account receivable, account payable, asset accounting. And account receivable means account receivable is that in that case the account is received from the customer. The account is received from the customer. These sections account receivable from, okay, and this is account payable. This is called account payable. And customer from get money from customers and pay to the vendors. So these transactions not a single company provided. Company also will handle all business activity, all money transactions, all money movement type, all of things controlled by the bank. The company has a own bank. This is called house bank. Just like a HDFC, just like Axis, this is the one bank is called house bank. Okay. So this activity, financial components FI, general ledger, account receivable, account payable, asset accounting, this activity controlled by the finance accounting. Next is integration part. What is the integration part? This is a good to know that when you go for learn FI or any type of FI module or any another module in SAP, different type of sub module and different type of another module you will already know, because FI, FI, SD, all activities, all this type of module activities we already know in these sections, because this is called integration part. And in this integration part, this module not fully connected FI but partially connected with the other. This partially topic will be known in this